Hey you lovely HelloFresh cooks, it's Head Chef Patrick here, and today our recipe adventures brought us all the way to Sri Lanka. Now I'm going to show you a dish that I've been eating a lot since I've been on the island. It's really popular, Dhal. Now one of the key ingredients is coconut, so I've come all the way to Melsuripura to a coconut plantation. I've literally just clambered up a tree with a little bit of help, got the coconut, and we're going to get straight into the recipe. Let's do this. So the twist in this recipe is that we're going to use sweet potato. Now you can either peel off the skin or you can just wash it really well and leave it on. I think that's a little bit better because it's got more nutrition in it. So you know how I'm always talking about the fact that the most important piece of equipment you can have in your kitchen is a decent chef's knife? Today I happen to have a Sri Lankan machete, which I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, so bear with me. Okay, once you chopped your sweet potato, next up we've got our garlic, 1 clove, some onion, and of course some ginger. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is chop up a little bit of red chili. Basically, just use as much as you dare. I'm going to use half of one because these ones are a little bit dry, which means they're going to be a lot stronger. Okay, so next up you want to put a saucepan or frying pan on a medium heat. I'm going to put in about 1 tablespoon of oil. I've got coconut oil here, but you can use olive oil. And we just want to cook off our onion for about 5 minutes until it's soft. Right, so once those onions have softened, you want to add in about half of your garlic, add in the ginger, and add in the chili. Now I've also got a mixture of Sri Lankan curry spices in here. I'm going to add in about 1 tablespoon of those too. And then the last thing I'm going to add in is about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. Give it a stir for about 1 minute. And if you're following what I'm doing, your kitchen should pretty much smell exactly the same way that this does in this coconut plantation in Sri Lanka right now, which is pretty cool. Next in goes the coconut milk, about 200 millilitres. And then a little bit of water. Then while that's bubbling away, in goes the vegetable stock. And then give it a stir until it's completely dissolved. Okay, the next thing that's going to go in are the lentils and the sweet potato, but I just realised you need a lid for the pan, and I don't have a lid big enough for my frying pan. So I'm just going to stick all of that into this, a high-sided saucepan, and then I'm just going to put a plate on top. It's all about improvising, right? So in go the lentils, and next up, the sweet potato. And then give it a stir. So you just want to put your lid on until the sweet potatoes cook through. It should take about 20 minutes. You'll know it's ready when the sweet potato is soft enough to just slip a knife really easily through. So to make the salsa that's going to go on top of your dal, we want to chop up some tomatoes. You can just chop them roughly 1 centimetre chunks should do it. Okay, next up we're going to chop up half of our coriander. Just fold it up gently into a little ball with your fingers like that, and then just roll your knife through it. That'll do. So the next thing that's going in is a little bit of lime zest. I don't actually have a zester with me in Sri Lanka, so I'm going to try and do it with my Sri Lankan machete. Okay, and then I'm just going to chop the lime in half because I'm going to put half the lime juice in the salsa as well. Put the tomatoes and the coriander straight into a mixing bowl. The juice of half the lime. We've got the lime zest in there as well. We're going to add in the pumpkin seeds. Then I'm going to put in a little drizzle of oil. And finally, a bit of salt and a bit of finely ground black pepper. Give it a good mix. Okay, so check on your dal halfway through, and if it's drying out a little bit, just add a bit more water in. Give it another stir. Now, if you're making those garlicky flatbreads, you want to put the flatbreads onto a baking tray, mix about 1 tablespoon of oil with the remaining garlic, a bit of your coriander, and then just spread that over the top of the flatbreads, bit of salt, bit of pepper, put them in the oven about 6 minutes, get them nice and golden brown, take them out, slice them into strips, and you're going to have them with the dal afterwards. But before you serve the dal, make sure you test it, but be careful, it's red hot, but we just want to see if it's got enough salt, enough pepper. And actually I've totally nailed it, so I don't need to add any more. But if you do, just put a little pinch more. Next thing I'm going to add in is my spinach. Just put that in, give it a stir. You just want to stir it in until it's wilted, and then you're basically ready. Right, I'm just going to add in the remaining bit of lime juice. Just squeeze that in there. Like so. So all we need to do now is just serve it up and put our salsa on top. I'm going to put on a few more pumpkin seeds. And we're done. So from my kitchen here in the middle of this coconut plantation in Sri Lanka to your home and your kitchen, here is our sweet potato and coconut dal with pumpkin seed and tomato salsa, and I hope you enjoy it.